What's up and welcome to another episode of It's Tip Top Fishing. My name is Keaton and today we're going to do a review on Proteinsolution's stick mix and pellets. So now they've got two fantastic products on the market, the Maggot meal stick mix and the Maggot meal pellets. Now these things are made out of 100% natural products. There are no additives or preservatives or anything like that. It's completely dry maggot meal. Basically maggots, they've been dried and then they've been ground up into a fine powder. The black soldier fly maggot, it is 47% protein and 30% oil. That is almost half of the whole maggot is pure protein. So that's why they're called protein solutions. In a natural world, in carp's natural world, without human involvement, they spend most of their days trying to find invertebrates in the mud and whatever. That's their main food. That's they really want to eat that more than anything else, because protein is power. In the wild world, protein is power. Now let's start with the stick mix. Now the stick mix, all of them has got a base of maggot meal. Most of it is maggot meal. But then what they've done is they've added a couple of natural ingredients to them. So for example, the tiger nut one has got some ground tiger nuts in it, so that when the carp are out there feeding, they're going to smell the maggots, and then they're also going to smell those tiger nuts that they love so much. So the four flavors are maize, hemp, tiger nut, and their particle stick mix. Now the particle stick mix is basically a mixture of all of it. So it's got that maggot meal, then it's got the hemp and the maize and the tiger nut as well. It's got all of them all in one. Now they've designed this stick mix so that it can be used in a hell of a lot of ways. They've watched how carp feed, and they've studied it and worked out that if you've got a lot of big particles in the water, say like things like boilies and big tiger nuts, carp can tend to clear out your spot quite quickly. Because the food particles are quite big, they don't need to do that much to eat it. So what these guys have done is they made the stick mix. So they've made the stick mix into a powder and particles, so that there's a lot of tiny little particles. So number one, the carp have to spend a lot more time eating in that area to get enough nutrients. That's what they do most of the day. The carp end up eating small particles anyway, so they don't mind doing that. And then the other thing is, those small particles in the stick mix create like a cloud. Now if you've ever watched a carp in the margin eat, it rummages in the bottom, and then it creates a cloud of muddied water. Other carp see that, and then that triggers feeding. So these guys at Protein Solutions have seen that, so then they make their bait make the cloud before the fish even get there. So when the fish get there, they see that cloud and they think other fish have already eaten, so then they start eating that. So this stick mix that they've got, you can do, they're fantastic for PVA bags. Then you can also put in a stick mix, like a PVA stick, so you can cover your hook point, make sure your hook gets to the bottom safely, and then you've got a nice parcel of heavy protein particles just around your hook bait, waiting for that carp to come and nab it. So the pellets, now they've taken that stick mix and the maggot meal, and they've pretty much compressed it into pellets. They've done that because if you want to feed the maggot meal as a maggot meal, instead of using it in a stick or a PVA bag or something like that, you can use the pellets in a stick or PVA bag as well. But if you want to feed them by themselves, it's a hell of a lot easier to handle. You're not going to chuck out some powder and particles. You're going to actually chuck out these pellets that will actually go a little bit of a distance. But they haven't forgotten that they want the carp to rummage around and work hard for their food and stay in your area longer, because if they stay in the area longer, they're going to be more likely to pick up your hook bait. So these pellets have got a very good breakdown time. So if you chuck these pellets in the water, depending on the temperature of the water, they should be broken down with between 5 and 10 minutes. So it starts off as a pellet and then it ends up as particles on the bottom. So it's a nice, easy, free offering to get these carp to start feeding in your spot. If you'd like to get hold of some of these fantastic products, please check the description below or look on the screen right now. There is Protein Solutions details. So make sure to check out their Facebook page and contact them if you'd like their products. The products are very well priced. The guys literally said to me at the meeting, we literally want to help fishermen. So The only way to help fishermen is to give them something that they can afford. Please remember to like, share, comment, do all those cool things, and I will see you next time on It's Tipped Up Fishing. Till then, tight lines, guys.